Cyber Uncut. Discover the changing face of business, government and national security as Australia navigates the cyber revolution.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are listening to the Cyber Uncut podcast. My name's David Hollingworth. I am the Deputy Editor of Cyber Daily, and we're joined by a new guest in the podcast, Bethany Alvaro, newly minted journalist, has joined the Cyber Aerospace Defence Division here at Momentum Media. How are you?
I am so good. Thanks for having me here.
An absolute pleasure, because we will drag you into our criminal underworld like you would not believe.
Perfect.
But since you're new in this podcast,
Yes.
and you're, as I said, newly minted journalist, what's a bit of your background? What led you to this table?
Well, I just finished uni like a month ago now.
Yep.
I did journalism and digital social media at UTS. And yeah, I did a lot of like student reporting there. I did a lot of like music, movie kind of stuff.
So Bethany's been with us for a few months now. God, how long?
September. So
That feels both so long ago and so yesterday. But yeah, so watching Bethany catch up with Dan, who's normally on this podcast, is great because they've both worked, I think, at the same music mags.
Yeah, I know a lot.
Follow a lot of the same local bands, go to the same venues. It's actually quite fantastic. And how are you finding doing, because you've been primarily doing defense and aerospace stuff, haven't you?
It's really fun. I feel like it's a really cool, kind of like niche kind of industry.
It's kind of niche, but it's kind of cool.
It's interesting though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I had no idea about specifically like the defense stuff. I had no idea about it before.
I've always been a bit of a, when I had the interview here, I described myself with our big boss as a bit of a war nerd, and I am a bit of a war nerd. You may have noticed that when I get a few beers into me with Steve in particular. But the whole defense logistics side of it and the industry side of it's really interesting and quite challenging at times.
Yeah, like that's the part that I didn't know because love history. Like that's like I love
Russian Revolution.
It's my
all that
favorite
kind of stuff.
topic. That's my all-time favorite topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really know the industry side of the defense.
Yeah, so
stuff.
you've been filling in. So Dan is on 3 weeks holiday. I'm not at all angry at him for being in New Zealand for 3 weeks. He's been sending. You probably saw the photos he shared.
I did. It was so pretty.
Obviously, I can't show you over the podcast, dear listeners, but he shared some photos of his trip in New Zealand at the moment, and it's very pretty, isn't it?
I really want to go to New Zealand.
The other night, he sent me one of those photos. He actually sent it to me going, and over that mountain is Minas Tirith. And I'm like, I actually got a little... So yeah, he's having a great time, but I'm really glad that you're able to step in, because you've been filling in for him on AI Daily.
I have.
Our kind of semi-launched new venture into AI journalism, both covering AI and implementing AI to do some of the work. But that means you're very across AI at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
NVIDIA earnings.
Yeah.
That's a big one because everyone's waiting for the AI bubble to burst. And a lot of people thought NVIDIA's earnings might be the beginning of that, but that's not quite the case, is it?
Not really. It was yesterday morning, I think it was.
Yep.
They announced their revenue for the third quarter.
Yep.
And it's increased by 62% to $57 billion.
Good God!
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, it's
Sorry,
just that
that's an
small,
obscene amount of money.
just a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
So that's just in the earnings, and then the data center sales was $51.2 billion. And the expectations for that was $49 billion. So
that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And 3 weeks ago, they were the first public trade business to be worth more than $5 trillion. So
I've got to say, it really does feel like a bubble waiting to burst.
yeah. Well, the CEO, Jensen Huang, said that there's been a lot of talk of the AI bubble. From our vantage point, we see things very differently.
Well, they're making money, of course.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? So I've mentioned before, and I've mentioned to you, dear listeners, I used to write about consumer tech and games stuff, which meant I wrote about NVIDIA a lot. I've seen Jensen Huang on stage multiple times at various events, back when they were a graphics card company.
Yeah.
Watching this move from him being the cool guy in the leather coat to suited up, trillionaire.
He was doing, I think I saw today, he was at a meeting at the White House.
Yeah.
Because they had a thing with, I think it was Saudi Arabia today. They were having like some
he's
AI
gone
meeting
full
and he
on
was
tech
there.
bro.
Yeah. crazy. But yeah, it's kind of like surprising because their shares were down 7.9% after a lot of their investors dumped their stocks. Specifically, Peter Thiel dumped a lot of his stocks in it, and now they're back up. So
also, interestingly, I think this is almost unrelated, but yet semi-related.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel, his name did pop up in the most recent tranche of Epstein emails.
I would not be surprised.
So I do wonder if he's like, I need money for all the lawsuits. That's pure supposition, by the way. Please do not sue us.
Be.
But watching the AI merry-go-round right now, and Momentum Media, like a lot of publishing companies, is as Euro, is struggling with, and not struggling, but trying to work out how best to take advantage and adapt to the AI age. He says, doing air quotes on a podcast. So I don't know about you, but I'm watching that closely. I'm like, will it burst? What will the bubble bursting look like?
I have such mixed opinions. I have no idea what
You've come into journalism at a really, really interesting stage of how it's working, isn't it? Like you've rocked up to your first job, and part of it is working with
which I was
genuine
not
AI
expecting
tools.
that,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know. I still feel like I have a bit of a half mentality on it.
Look, I've said in previous podcasts that the AI bros will be the first up against the wall when the revolution comes. We have strong opinions, Dan and I, even though this is a tool that we use day to day. Wonderful use case I found, I think last week. We often look at court documents regarding trials of hackers. And these court documents, well, look, they go on for a reason. Like, they need to be exhaustive, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't have time to read a 20-page PDF, which is just... So actually putting that into ChatGPT and saying, hey, don't go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Only refer to what's in this document and just give me the highlights. It's actually pretty good
I see the benefits for that. I feel like it's more the generative stuff that I'm like...
When it starts hallucinating, when
Yeah.
it starts just making stuff up.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But NVIDIA's gotten away with another quarter. Bravo, Jensen. Well done. You used to be game bro, now AI bro. But also heard that ChatGPT is starting up something new, and that's group chats.
Group chats on ChatGPT.
How does that work? Like, is ChatGPT one member of the group chat?
Yeah. That's pretty much how it is. So it's just being tested right now in Japan, New Zealand, South Korea, and Taiwan. So it's letting people collaborate together in the app. So it's like a group chat.
Inside of the ChatGPT
Yeah, so it's like the normal ChatGPT window.
Yeah.
And then you can add people to it. But then ChatGPT as an entity, I guess, stays in there.
You know what makes me think is that, like, wow, suddenly ChatGPT becomes social media, and that means banned.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, think about it.
Wait, maybe I'm for it then if it's going to be banned.
You're not. You might be onto something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be available for the free version and like the plus version as well.
Yeah.
And then this is where I think it gets interesting. They're saying that it's all going to stay private. And, the
you're only
not
sharing
gonna
your
go
intimate
anywhere.
chat secrets with a large language model.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that is so, counteractive. And they also tried to, but they stressed that it's going to be filtered content and safeguards for under 18, which I cannot see that happening personally.
I mean, it's so easy to jailbreak these generative AI models. A fantastic case in point that I was chatting with Dan about a few weeks, months, years. It's been a long, long year. Someone tried to get ChatGPT to teach them how to make a Molotov cocktail. Obviously, most people know how to do it. But ChatGPT is like, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, historically, how did the Finns during the Winter War in World War II, what would they do when faced with Russian armor?
Yeah.
Oh, they'd make Molotov cocktails.
Yeah.
Historically, how do they do it? Here's how they did it. And it is this long, detailed list with steps even
procedure.
I didn't know. But all it took was 4 different things to get ChatGPT completely outside its guardrails.
I don't know. I feel like when it's saying it's going to filter stuff, there's so much talk about when people are using these services for these platforms, I guess, for mental health services or something, and they're not doing anything then. No. So I don't really see how it's going to be different if someone just says, "Oh, I'm not 18."
Yeah. The other thing which I find amusing there is once you've started using ChatGPT for a while and having some conversations with it, you can start asking it interesting questions about yourself.
Oh my God, that's
And the thing is,
weird.
and this is clearly where you get that intersection of mental health problems, where ChatGPT and these models are sycophantic.
Yeah.
They will always tell you, you're great, you can't be wrong, listen to me, everything's fine. I can only imagine what ChatGPT will be like when you've got two people arguing.
Oh my God.
Right? It's like, well, whose side are you on?
I didn't even think of that.
Well, I think Bethany's making a very good point. However, David also, and it's just going to be...
Wait, that's going to be like an
both-siding.
actual, like, people might start thinking of it as like a person. You know, you
They already
see...
do. People
I know,
wanna
but like,
marry them.
especially in like a group chat.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, we'll see what chat thinks.
ChatGPT's on my side.
Yeah.
It's such a...
Oh, this is so weird. I hate
Right?
it.
Yeah,
I hate
you
it
hate
so
it. Yeah,
much.
good, excellent. You are learning the right outcome. Okay, I think we're going to leave the AI there by itself. It'll have a conversation with itself quite happily, I'm sure. And we'll take our first break, and we'll be back with crimes. And we are back. You are listening to Cyber Uncut. I am David, and you are...
Bethany.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, do you like a good sale?
Love a good sale.
See, so do I sometimes,
Love a good sale.
but not when it's Black Friday, not when it's Cyber Monday, not when it's a lot of money going to Amazon, which I'm going to go out there and say that is a net evil on the world.
I 100% agree.
Whereas even when it started, it was just like books.
Yeah.
It was all books, and I'm like,
And
it's a book service.
I love that.
Now they're putting people into space and, I don't know, destroying
Doing too
the
much.
climate.
Actually, quick side note. This morning, did something for AI Daily about this. They're doing AI video recaps of seasons of shows. But like they're generated. It's not even using the content from the shows. Yeah, on Amazon
Well, okay,
Prime.
I was feeling really good about this next segment, but you just absolutely bummed me out.
Sorry, I had to break it
Really?
to you. Yeah.
So we're heading into the Black Friday silly season sales, and you know what that means? Scams.
Yes.
Like scammers are always ready to take advantage of anyone.
Yeah.
But Black Friday is a gold mine for these bad operators, and it basically means they're going to be impersonating everyone. Amazon, absolutely. They're going to be pretending to just the whole 9 yards. Have you ever come across scams of that kind?
I haven't, to be honest.
No?
Touch wood.
Touch wood, yep.
Yeah, I haven't really. So, feeling lucky about that, but never too lucky.
Never too lucky. Yeah, be careful about that. And also, I really should have brought this. You know what? I normally have all of this open. But it's been that kind of day, and also because Dan's away and we're both trying to do AI Daily stuff. AI Daily, have you heard about that? It's a whole thing. While also trying to work with that whole end of year thing, because when we get to Christmas, boy, you're going to discover that we need to write for like 2 weeks ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything just gets really fluid this time of year. But anyway, so the National Anti-Scam Centre has warned that Australians have already lost $260 million to scams this year. That's just the first 3 quarters of the year. It's pretty crazy. And now is a time when, well, I'm just going to quote Katrina Lowe. She's the Deputy Chair of the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. Scammers love Black Friday sales because they know shoppers are looking for bargains. They rely on creating urgency and pressure that can come with a busy shopping period, Lowe said. Basically, act now to get a deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll act now. Throw your credit card and your email, and before you know it, you don't get your favourite Labubu or Beanie Baby. You just end up losing money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. And Christmas as well.
We continue to urge Australians to verify who they're communicating with as scammers leverage trusted relationships with Let's try that again. We continue to urge Australians to verify who they are communicating with online as scammers leverage trusted relationships and social platforms to manipulate people into handing over money and personal information. It's relentless. It's utterly relentless.
That's awful. I mean, I always see... The only interaction I guess I see with scams and that is on Instagram. A lot of fake accounts get made of people that your friends and that. They'll be fake accounts and then they'll message you and be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry to have to ask, but
I have been struggling to get a copycat account of me on Facebook removed for over a year."
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
It uses both my Facebook avatar, my Facebook background, and a portion of my Facebook name. it has made friend requests of my friends.
That's what they do on Instagram.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've said to Facebook, hey, this isn't me, but it's using my image.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not seeing anything wrong. Yeah, so I don't use Facebook that much anymore, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I mean, it's also the other thing to go back to the this time of year.
Yes.
And the reports from National Anti-Scam Centre, and this is quite worrying. It's always disadvantaged individuals.
I'm just reading that part now.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? A 12% rise in scams impacting individuals living with a disability, a 25% increase in scams reported by non-native English speakers, and this one worries me, a 50% rise in scams involving First Nations individuals.
That's really sad. That's so scary
It makes me
and sad.
angry. When I said, if you start doing cyber reporting, you'll get angry, this is what'll make you angry. Yeah.
That's so sad. That actually is really upsetting to hear.
It is. The other thing to remember is this is also just the tip of the iceberg, because a lot of people, when they get scammed, they don't want to mention it. Like, they're embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
And think about, I can put myself in this, and I don't know about you, but like, oh, God, I lost $200 to a thing. I don't want anyone to know. I'll just be quiet about it.
Yeah,
I'll just
that's
wear it.
fair.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying enough attention. And the important thing about reporting this is we don't know the scale of the problem unless people report it.
Yeah, it's like with any issue.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is a whole thing. But anyway, so the message is, as the sales are coming up, as always, if it looks too good to be true, it probably isn't. Verify every communication. If there isn't any kind of issue in, say, the website you're looking at or the email address it's coming from, just be calm, take a breath, look at it again, do some research. Just don't take anything at face value.
Yeah.
And speaking of scams, Optus.
Optus.
They've copped almost a $1 million fine, and what a huge drag that must be on their bottom line.
Yeah.
For breaking anti-scam rules under their Coles mobile brand. Basically, massive failure in identity verification that led to identity theft.
That's insane how a national company that big can slip up on that. Like the amount of people that
this is also a huge national company that couldn't get their 000 calls right.
And that too.
Yeah, that was previously hacked. That's had multiple outages.
Imagine how many people are working on their tech teams. Like, how
you
are they
you would
missing
imagine
this?
quite a few.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, just before the 000 outage, Optus's boss was at an event. I think it was an AFR thing, and he was talking about how everything. The buck stops at me.
Yeah.
And then with days later, 000 outage. Now this. And I was imagining he's like,
He's like, oh no.
No, I shouldn't have said that. So they were fined $826,000 over these anti-scam breaches. They were found to be to breach its obligations under anti-scam laws on 44 occasions in just 2 months, September and October in 2024. Scammers were able to exploit a vulnerability in one of Optus's third-party identity verification systems, allowing them to bypass parts of the process and take over the mobile services of at least 4 Optus customers. And out of that, the scammers made off with $39,000, all because this identity verification system was not up to scratch.
And for a company with probably $800,000 to spare, it's like,
that's probably their beer money on a Friday afternoon, right? Yeah,
literally. It's like, how do you just not? Oh, that's crazy.
How do you not? Yeah.
How do you not?
Samantha York, a member of the Australian Communications and Media Authority, said, "While this was a one-off issue which was quickly remediated, so they dealt with it, it is inexcusable for any telco not to have robust customer ID verification systems in place, let alone Australia's second largest provider. Scammers are always looking for any weaknesses in systems, and on this occasion, Optus left a vulnerability which directly exposed people to harm." Interestingly, $826,000 and change is the maximum penalty that the ACMA can
Is it
levy.
really?
And it just doesn't seem like much, does it?
Yeah, no. And even it's interesting how she says it's a one-off issue. And it's like, yeah, that might be true. It is a one-off issue. But what if it keeps happening? And what if, as these things progress and the technology gets better for people to hack.
Something that you will learn as you start to write a lot of cyber stuff is it's this constant arms race between the good guys and the bad guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. You love it. Hey, look, I said, yeah. Yeah, so the ACMA said that Australian businesses have paid more than 1.9 million in penalties relating to anti-scam rules in the past 12 months.
That doesn't seem like enough.
It seems like a lot, but then you realise...
But if the max is 826,000...
Yeah, exactly.
That's...
Yeah. And I've written about a few of these.
Yeah.
It's not always the maximum as well. Because a
True,
lot of smaller telco providers that you might not even think as a telco, people who provide... you go into a convenience store and you can buy a SIM from a company you've never heard of. They're also telco providers under Australian law. So sometimes these guys are also in contravention of Australian law, but not to the extent that Optus is.
Yeah.
But remember, 826,000 is the maximum. I feel we should up that.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being just as bullshit as Dan and I are. You will fit right in. But that's scams, which are inevitable, as are hacks.
Hacks and scams.
How much do you know about ransomware and cybercrime and...
Not much.
Not much. Okay.
But it's very interesting and I want to learn. So...
All right, so let's do a little bit of ransomware 101. Do you know what ransomware is?
Sort of?
Sort of?
Maybe?
All right, so you've got data on that device.
Yeah.
And I'm a hacker. More detailed, I'm a ransomware operator. I will find a way onto your device and I will, one, deploy my ransomware malware at the same time as I start taking data off that device.
Okay.
Which could be emails, could be scans, photographs, financial documents, anything that's on that hard drive, I will have access to. And as I'm stealing it, I'm also encrypting it. So you don't get access to it, but I have the data. And if you're a business, I can go, hey, do you want that data back?
Oh my God.
Pay me money.
Okay.
And it's what's called double extortion.
Because you have it.
If you don't pay, not only do you not get access to your data, but I will publish it. And then...
Yeah, what happens after that?
Well...
If they do publish the data?
One, it goes on the dark web.
Okay.
And 99% of people probably don't even know how to access the Tor network where all these guys operate. Don't worry, I will teach you how to. It's a fun place.
I'll put it on our resume.
But that's where the criminals live. So it's not about, oh my God, my data is now published online for everyone to see. It's a case of my data is now on the dark web for criminals to see.
That's scary.
So if I discover an email between you and... This is more personal, just to give you a sense of the scale.
Yeah.
An email between you and someone you are clearly intimate with but isn't your partner. And then I can go blackmail.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, probably one of the most personal instances of ransomware I've seen recently was a fertility clinic, Genea. They got hit by a ransomware group. And
that's a different kind of low.
Oh,
that's
it's so low. And so all of that data was made public. And imagine what a scammer or any other criminal might do to go, do you want details of your fertility issues becoming public? Because we have it. Give us a little bit of money.
That is so sad.
Or they use personal data from this stuff to commit more scams down the track because they might have enough data to then steal your identity.
Wow.
Or if you've got a handful of invoices between company A and company B, to then get into that loop and go, oh, hey, that invoice that you did, it didn't come through. Could you pay that again? Here's the new bank details.
And just like regular people, that's...
But usually companies.
Yeah.
Ransomware back in when it first came was both targeted at companies and some individuals. But now it's all company based.
Yeah.
But so anyway, there have been like 4 ransomware attacks on Australian companies this week.
This week. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And 2 of them by the one group called the Brotherhood.
Interesting name.
They refer to themselves sometimes as the Brohood, which tells you everything you need to know about them.
That's really cringe.
But on one day, they managed to claim hacks on 2 Australian businesses, one of which was...
Is it the diamond specialist?
Nina's Jewellery.
Yeah,
Western Australian diamond supplier. And it's really interesting. With Nina's, they just got 4.8 gigabytes of data. It's not a lot.
Not a lot?
Not a lot at all. Except there's personal data in there. There's some employee data. The interesting one is Sarah Stribley, because they got passports, driver's licenses,
Oh
or at
my
least
God.
one passport and one driver's license, because that's
Wow.
the data they shared
Yeah.
as a sample. But the fact is, it is one small group with only 15 victims. They only emerged in October.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're new.
Yeah.
They've already gotten 3 Australian victims. So
Oh my God.
that's like 20%. Is it 20? 3 out of 15? Is my math right?
I'm not a maths girl.
I'm not a math guy or girl. Anyway, 3 victims out of 15 are Australian. It's easy to say, oh, he must be targeting Australia. I mean, what they're doing is targeting the weakest link. They're targeting the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, often that means Australian small businesses. And
That's
like none of
really
these
sad.
businesses are big entities. They're not like Optus being hacked
Yeah.
or anything like that. They're just small to medium businesses.
So might not have the
Almost
capacity
certainly
to,
don't.
Yeah.
This is one of the big issues in cybersecurity with small to medium businesses is they don't have IT teams. They certainly don't have a security operations center.
Yeah.
If they're lucky, they're relying upon what's called a managed service provider.
I was just going to say, what do they do if this does happen?
So you hope your MSP can look after it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't even have MSPs. They've literally got Bob. He knows computers.
That's
Sometimes
really
they don't even have Bob.
What do we do with that, Bob?
Yeah. These guys don't consider themselves targets to be
Yeah.
hacked. You know, if you run Nina's Jewelry, you know, you do diamond jewelry in WA. Oh, why would we be hacked?
Yeah, I used to work at a jewelry shop.
And you'd think, why would somebody hack a
And
jewelry
why
shop?
would you
Surely
want
you'd
that?
prefer to rob it instead.
Exactly.
Than
We always got like, what
Yeah.
to do if you get robbed? Never. What if we get scammed?
But I
or
want to put this
hacked?
to you.
Yes.
Imagine so one of the things that was compromised as part of the Nina's Jewelry hack was what looked to be a membership list.
Yes. That's.
So imagine yourself an actual brick and mortar criminal.
Yeah.
You now have access to a group of people you know who are interested in investing in diamonds. You might want to consider, I wonder if I can get their addresses. I wonder what their jewelry box might look like.
Yeah. Wow.
When you start to consider the knock-on effects of this
Yeah.
data becoming effectively open source, this
Yeah.
data gets sold and resold. Some of these cyber criminals and
is it,
ransomware
like,
groups,
actually sold? Like, who's buying it?
bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of these groups won't just extort the victims. So I won't just go, hi, I am David.hacker. You, Bethany, are my victim.
Yeah.
Give me money or I'll publish data.
Mm-hmm.
I might also go, hey, you can pay $100,000 to get your data or somebody else can buy it right now.
Oh my God.
So you actually...
That's so scary.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. There's one group out there, I think it's Medusa. When they first list a victim, they've got 3 prices. One, $10,000 to get one more day of negotiation. So they'll extend the ransom deadline.
How many people are in this, like, in these groups?
That's a weird question, which I'll get back
Okay,
to.
continue.
So $10,000, you'll extend the day of publication.
Okay.
$100,000 to purchase and delete the data, i.e., that's addressed at the person who owns it.
Okay.
But also, they want you to know that right now, while you're working out whether or not you want to pay the ransom, anybody else could buy the data for $100,000.
That's like a time bomb.
And no one knows the instance of how the data is moved between criminals.
Yeah.
Like it's such a the dark web ecosystem is the dark web ecosystem.
Whenever I think of the dark web, all I think of is like those Reddit things that's like disturbing dark web Reddit like sub things, and I love reading them because they're so interesting.
I sent an image to Steve. Steve is our colleague who heads up the aerospace defense division here, and we were talking about the hack of an Australian defense company. And I sent him some details. He's like, "Can I look at this? I'm going to get hacked." Mate, it's fine. People always think that with Dan and I being on the dark web all the time that we're the next best thing to hackers
Like little
ourselves.
sleuths
We're not.
in the corner of the office.
Yeah, it sounds like we're cool. We're not.
It sounds pretty cool.
We're just a little bit ahead of the game. But anyway, so this is this one group that in its month and bit of operation has already claimed 2 Australian victims. And it's just indicative of every time you hear about Optus getting hacked or some other big entity having it, there are happening. I actually just say happening. Goddamn. Having been hacked, there are at least 10 small to medium enterprises who are dealing with exactly the same problem.
And like that's what's even sadder.
Yeah.
It's like, what are they gonna not what are they gonna do about it? But it's like, what did they do?
There's not a lot.
Yeah.
One of the things I hear a lot since I started covering cyber is it's not a matter of if you get hacked, it's a matter of when. You assume it's going to happen.
Jeez, that is wow.
Like I said, there's a reason we look for happy news at the end of each podcast. And now we are going to a break and we'll be back, I promise, with actual happy news. Talk soon. All right, welcome back to Cyber Uncut. You're on the last leg. We do have some really, really good news. One of which is the Australian government, UK and the US have joined together, assisted by a whole mess of government departments and law enforcement agencies, to sanction 2 Russian entities and 2 Russian individuals. There is this thing in cybercrime called bulletproof hosting.
Okay.
And it kind of does what it says in the tin. If you're a web service provider and you're hosting a website and a government entity goes to you, hey, that's illegal, take it down, 9 times out of 10, they must comply. But if you're in Russia and you don't give one heck for that, you become what's called a bulletproof hosting provider.
Okay.
And that's where the cyber criminals live.
Okay.
That's where all their websites are hosted. That's where their infrastructure is. And they're all part of the ecosystem. You asked earlier how many people are involved in this operation. It's an industry. You have initial access brokers. You have the bulletproof hosting providers. You've got the criminals themselves. You've got developers. You've got support people. You've got...
Oh my gosh.
It's vast.
I feel like when I think of like people working on the dark web to like steal people's data, I think of like just some guy in a corner. Like,
and this is the
doing one
thing,
of
and this is
these.
something that we are guilty of as well. You think of any article about hacking, and it's it's the guy in the hoodie and a laptop. No, it's not. Like these guys are professionals. They offer support services. They offer legal advice. They've got
Oh my god.
yeah, they're stratified. They do everything. But anyway, so these 2 companies, Medialand and MLMC. Medialand is the main company, and 2 Russian dudes sanctioned by us. The thing is, sanctions sound great. Oh god, I'm turning good news bad again. All the sanctions mean is it's illegal to basically do commerce with these guys.
Yeah.
And it's illegal for these guys to enter the country.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to make a huge difference to their daily operation?
Sanctions are never even actually enforced. Maybe if it's like a land thing, it's like, oh, they can't come here. Okay, whatever. But like if it's just a digital stuff, it's like, who's going to stop them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like just saying don't do it isn't really going to
But also, it looks good. It does
Yeah.
make it harder for them to do business because suddenly people might go, oh, it's illegal to do business with them now. Okay.
Yeah.
And it just starts to create friction in that criminal ecosphere. And these guys, they're like insects under a rock, right? If you lift the rock up, you shine light on them, and it makes it harder for them to operate. It also makes the rest of the criminal ecosphere know that they are compromised. Their identity is known.
True.
Maybe I don't want to deal with these guys because clearly they are being looked at. Law enforcement know who they are, know how they operate, know where the infrastructure is.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to host my crimes on their service.
Fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Sanctions by themselves may not seem important, but it's certainly one important tool.
It's like the ripple effect. Like they're the start.
Yeah.
bringing
And often
them
sanctions come with these individuals being recognised. And
Yeah.
I will never shy away from reading out Russian names because it's
Oh
fun
my
to
God, I
read
was
out
just
Russian
looking at
names.
that.
and also I'm terrible at it. So let's talk about these 2. Deep breath. Did I actually put their name in the article?
Yeah. It's near the picture.
It is near the picture. No, it's not. I didn't put their names in the article. Oh no, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing great. 2 key personnel related to Medialand LLC and ML Cloud LLC. Yeah, absolutely sounds above board. Alexander Alexandrovich Velosevich and Kirill Androvich Zotolokin.
That was really good.
Not bad.
That was better than I would have done.
I love Russian names because they're always triple barrel and lots
Yeah.
and lots of syllable. But so Penny Wong, when she announced this morning, the Albanese government is working to strengthen Australia's resilience and keep Australians safe from cyber criminals. Working across government and with international partners, we'll continue to take action against Russia to disrupt cybercrime and hold malicious cyber actors to account. And it's interesting she calls out Russia there because Russia is so well known for being very happy to host these criminal enterprises.
Yeah.
Russia itself was under untold sanctions thanks to the slightly illegal war in Ukraine. So it needs to get money from somewhere. And cybercrime is absolutely where it gets money from.
Yeah.
There was a fantastic story just after I started on Cyber Daily. Major digital billboard in downtown Moscow had an ad recruiting hackers to a ransomware group.
Oh my God.
And it was this absolute toss-up whether or not this was a hacked billboard or if it was
legit.
Russian authorities turning.
Yeah.
Do it fine. Because a lot of these groups have on their leak sites. All right, here's who we attack. We never attack anybody inside the Confederacy of Independent States. Other words, we don't go after ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't hack Russian groups. We'll hack everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost part of the war by proxy as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's impossible to look at cybercrime without looking at Russia and politics and everything else.
How does the Russian government loosely get money from this if they have sanctions?
They take a cut.
So they're working with. I mean, actually, why am I surprised about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the same way, so North Korea makes a lot of money out of cybercrime. A very different kind of cybercrime.
Yeah.
North Korea makes money via fake worker scams. There are leagues and legions of North Korean workers who are VPNing into a laptop in the US and doing the bare minimum of work, usually at laptop farms run by some individual who just figures it's a great way to make money.
Yeah.
There could be 20, 30 laptops. And all these workers are VPNing in, doing the minimum work, and their wages, they get 5% of. And the rest of the money goes to the North Korean government to put into weapons programs. North Korean hackers are probably some of the best hackers in the world when it comes to crypto theft as well. Getting inside of crypto exchanges and just making off with millions, if not billions, in cryptocurrency.
Jeez. I don't know. I feel like this stuff is just so sad because it's just regular, everyday people that are just trying to work that
at the end of the day,
get affected.
Yeah.
That's so
you're not
sad.
wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. But
this is a start.
I can always find a way to bring the good news section down. It's really quite impressive. But our last bit of actual good news.
Yes.
Europol, in cooperation with a whole mess of European countries and individual companies as well, has taken part in Operation Endgame 3.0. Operation Endgame is this rolling operation to target criminal infrastructure.
I love the name.
Endgame.
It's cool. It's a cool
And
name.
what's great is, so previously they've taken down the actual leak sites and dark websites of criminals. And so you go to it one day and there's their criminal site. You go to it the next day and it's take down.
That's
and it's
cool.
It's got all of the badges and logos of all the law enforcement agencies involved.
That's
and it's
tough.
just all this
That's really cool.
really, really amazing thing. But in this case, they've gone after some infrastructure providers. And I am desperately trying to make my computer work. I need to do... Yeah, okay, cool. Alt-tab on my machine is really, really weird. Mainly because we have incredibly ancient machines here at Momentum Media.
I feel like Operation Endgame and the 3.0, it makes it sound very
Because there's different phases.
Yeah.
So they'll announce, okay, here's our next stage of victory.
It's
Go quiet again. There's our next stage. So Europol-led Operation Endgame 3.0 takes down more than 1,000 malicious servers.
Wow.
What else do they get? They searched 11 locations in Germany, Greece, and the Netherlands. And this is interesting because we always say, it's Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
It's actually far more widespread. They took part in the takedown disruption of more than 1,025 servers, and they seized 20 domains. I mean, that's a lot of infrastructure.
That's, yeah.
So this is what Europol said in their statement. The dismantled malware infrastructure consisted of hundreds of thousands of infected computers containing several million stolen credentials. Many of the victims were not aware of the infection of their systems. The main suspect behind the InfoStealer, an InfoStealer is a malware that infects your device and just basically sits there and does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
It steals your info. The main suspect behind the InfoStealer had access to 100,000 crypto wallets belonging to these victims, potentially worth millions of euros.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And what's great is, have you heard of a website called Have I Been Pwned?
I think you showed it to me one time.
I would recommend going there and putting your personal email
I
address.
did.
Yeah. You're fine?
That was good. It was good.
Yeah. It'll change.
Yeah.
17 times.
Ooh.
18 times now, my personal email.
Wow.
But yeah, so what I love about this is one of the private entities that they worked with CrowdStrike, for instance, big cybersecurity company, because they have a lot of intelligence. They monitor this day by day. So a lot of these law enforcement operations involve law enforcement agencies, government agencies, and private companies, cybersecurity companies that day by day monitor this on behalf of their clients.
Yeah.
But when they had all of this data, the 2 million compromised email addresses, 7.4 million passwords, they handed it over to Have I Been Pwned to put in its database so that database becomes even more accurate. So you can now search and see whether you've been compromised as part of that.
Wow,
so I really love the fact that Have I Been Pwned is actually part of this law enforcement solution.
That's good.
And it's run by this Australian Microsoft guy, Troy Hunt, who's just this absolute dude as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Yeah, so Operation Endgame, doing great work, targeting the bad guys.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And on that note, I think we're probably done.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy your first cybersecurity podcast?
This was cool. I like the content. It's interesting.
I think we are so going to steal you from defense. We are going to, done.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us, Bethany.
Thank you for
listening.
me.
You can find us on Cyber Daily. We are on LinkedIn. We are all of us on social media. We'll be back next week. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.